Hi everyone, Slippery Slope here, and welcome to your 7th Java tutorial. And in this one, we're going to go over math operators, which should be pretty easy. And we're going to try to make this short and then wrap it up, because that's what she said. Anyways, you probably have guessed by now, math operators, we're talking about plus signs, minus signs, division, multiplication. And how about I write up a sample right now so you guys can get used to it. Now, first of all, we need to type up what our first number will be in our mathematical statement here. And I'm using an int. You could use a long, though you don't see a lot of longs, though you can have one. That's what she said. But we're going to use integers because that's more common. We need to declare our second number, and we also need to declare a variable for our answer, and I call it totans because that's a combination of total and answer, because I couldn't decide if I preferred the word total or answer, so I just combined the two. Now, something doesn't seem quite right, but before I get into that, total equals first number plus second number. I didn't go over this just yet, but this equal sign right here, that's your assignment operator. So when you initialize a variable, that equal sign doesn't mean in our usual terms, like if we're adding something, blah equals blah. It really means that something is assigned to something. So instead of saying blah equals blah plus blah, we're really assigning the value of totans to the total of first number and second number. I know that seems really subtle, but it's true and it's important. And we have an error. And would you like to know why we have an error? Because we didn't initialize the first number or second number yet. So we have addition of two variables, but these variables don't have values yet. So let's make first number 3, because everything good comes in 3, supposedly. And a 7, because 7 is our lucky number. So that kind of contradicted what I just said there. And we have our little yellow warning there. And the reason why is because this totans variable is not used in a presentable way. Easy way around that. We use our good old system.print or print line statement. Now let's go over this right here. This ln is optional. What ln means in comparison to me just writing print is print, boom, it just outputs the stuff on screen. When I have println or print line, that means that after this is printed out, it moves on to the next line. So, what if I just copy this and pasted it twice? Well, pasted it once rather, but it exists twice, yeah. How about we find out? Let's run this. And as you'll see, we got a 10 on line 1 and a 10 on line 2 of our output down here. Radical. Now, you can do this for subtraction. Let's turn that plus sign in our statement right here to a negative and run it. We have 2 negative 4s because we printed it out twice on screen. We could multiply using an asterisk. There we go, 21, 21. We can divide, and this is where it's going to get fun, folks. Oh no, what happened? 3 divided by 7 doesn't equal 0. Something is seriously wrong here. Well, what happened is we divided an integer by an integer. And when you divide an integer by an integer, you get an integer answer. So what if we change, say, second number to a double? Well, that's not going to work because our total answer is still an integer, and you're essentially telling Java, let's narrow this. Let's just narrow, even though we have a double for a second number, let's make our answer, our final achievement here, so to speak, let's turn it down and do it int. Let's lose precision. And you can get around that with if you use a cast operator, which I'm not going to get into at this moment. So if you really wanted to narrow the quality of your number, because obviously a double ranks better than an integer, it's more precise, it can go to 15 places and stuff, like decimal places, that is. Like, you could do that if you really wanted to, but that would just be silly. So let's turn our totans into a double. And let's run this. And our answer is 0.4285714. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 places. Okay. Well, that's even better than 15. All right. So there you go. You can divide now and get a precise or closer to precise answer because you turn this one into a double. And even though first num is still an int, Java will automatically do a widening conversion. And that means it will take this int and automatically up the quality to a double. So it says, okay, well, integer divided by double equals a double. Well, why don't we just turn that int into a double? Let's widen it. Burn. Boom. Boom blat. And that's how I beat Shaq. That's an old song by Aaron Carter. By old, I mean like 2000. Anyway, there's also something called Modulus. And do you remember in like third grade when you had to do division and then you got a remainder? Of course you do. Well, we got a remainder of 3.0. Well, 3 divided by 7, well, that doesn't go in even. I mean, let's try it this way. What if we had 10 divided by 3? Well, you'd have a remainder of 1 because 9 divided by 3 goes in evenly. So 10 divided by 3, you'd have a remainder of 1. So this percentage sign, that's a modulus. And yeah, that might be a little surprising, but there you go. Okay, that's pretty much everything I have for this tutorial. If you enjoyed it, feel free to subscribe. If you don't want to subscribe, that's also your decision. And yeah, see you next time.